The applause echoed loudly across the large hall filled with lights and colors. Chairs and tables, beautifully decorated, were placed in the hall, making it look like a wedding reception. This was an award ceremony hosted by the Women in Politics Forum. As such, women from all caliber of life had graced the occasion. The First Lady of the state had also shockingly made an appearance, making it a high-profile ceremony featuring all the creme de la creme of society. Aneesa observed it with a strange and brooding calmness. She was on edge. For reasons unknown to her, she had always hated social events. She was more content and comfortable behind her laptop screen. Unconsciously, she brought her hand to her neck, but quickly withdrew it and glanced around to make sure that no one had noticed. Her neck hurt mildly, and she made a simple gesture and covered her veil properly around her neck. She didn't want anyone noticing her swollen neck. Grabbing her purse, she brought out her red lipstick to retouch her lips, which weren't necessary. Aneesa needed something familiar to calm her down. She glanced around and noticed the chatter. Everyone was talking with someone. She looked at the program and looked at the program's arrangements. Yes, everyone was networking except her. Suddenly, she sighted her friend Petra and instantly felt relieved. Almost immediately, she saw her husband Dave clinging lovingly to her friend Petra. The joy she had felt on seeing her friend faded. Where was her husband when she needed him? Aneesa quickly blocked those thoughts from her head and rose to meet Petra. Hey Aneesa, I was just about searching for you. Yakike. Despite being Igbo, Petra spoke Hausa fluently, having lived all her life in northern Nigeria. I'm good, Petra. I thought you wouldn't come. Hello, Dave. Are you enjoying the evening? Aneesa asked Dave. I should be asking you that. You have been sitting alone for over 30 minutes, Dave calmly replied. Aneesa forced out a laugh. Well, you know how I am with these things. I know, Aneesa, Petra chipped in. But today should be different. You are among the awardees. You should be proud of yourself. Come here. Dave, give us a minute, will you? Dave left them after kissing his wife as Petra dragged Aneesa away. I don't like the look on your face, Gawata. Is there a problem? You know you can talk to me. Aneesa looked at Petra, who was lovingly staring at her husband. If anyone could be described as a fair beauty, then it was Petra. She was tall and had full lips. Tonight, it seems like she glowed. Or was it because she was 7 months pregnant? This was the out she needed. Aneesa desperately wished she could tell someone, just anyone who would listen without judging her. But as she stared at Petra, she felt the familiar fear coming up again, and her strength weakened. Thanks, Petra. It's nothing. I just feel a headache, but I'm okay. As she said those words, she felt herself going lower in the pit she had dug. Petra sighed and looked like she wanted to insist, but reluctantly changed her mind. All right then, come let's get you a drink, she said. Aneesa winced as Petra draped an arm around her neck at exactly the swollen spot, but she couldn't say anything. Instead, she swallowed her own spit. Over the years, women have been disregarded and devalued, ranging from sexual abuse and domestic violence. Women and children are always the victim. It is in this limelight that women themselves, the very victim of this problem, have decided that enough is enough. Women are now stepping up to demand their rights. The word of this First Lady drifted across the hall. To Aneesa, it was like she was floating in midair. She almost felt dizzy but braced herself to be strong. After all, wasn't that what everyone expected from her? Petra and Dave were beside her, full of smiles. Occasionally, they would whisper to each other and let out a giggle. Aneesa could only stare and wonder what Faisal was doing at the moment. To the woman who have imparted great change to Nigeria, the First Lady continued, especially to Northern Nigeria. Permit me to introduce you, Mrs. Aneesa Faisal Donkwambo, to be honored with the Women in Revolution Award for the year. Applause greeted her as she stood up to take the platinum-tinted plaque placed on a wedge. Like a mirage, she successfully masked the anguish lurking in her soul, smiled at the cameras, and had a brief chat with the First Lady. From there, she had a word with almost half of the women in the gathering, who wanted to congratulate her and how proud they were of her. At the end of the ceremony, she was having a headache from all the forced smiles, conversations, and the lights. Even the music sounded unpleasant to her. She longed to drop on her soft, comfy bed and sleep. Aneesa, however, dreaded going home as she knows what waited for her. "Aneesa, is Faisal coming to pick you?" Petra called out. "No, but don't worry, I'll be." "Stop that." Petra was now angry. "When did we start getting this polite with each other? Just hop in the car, let's drop you off." Aneesa quietly entered the car and Dave drove off. "Let Faisal know that I will have his head for not accompanying his wife to this award ceremony," Dave said as he slowed down beside the large brown ironclad gate. Aneesa smiled and bade them goodbye. She walked gently into the house. It was a Friday and the estate was quiet. The stars shone brightly from the sky, illuminating the large umbrella tree in the house. She wished she felt the same calmness within her heart and home. Gingerly, she opened the front door and walked inside the living room, glancing around. Faisal had built the house while they were dating. It was a large family bungalow that had 4 bedrooms, 2 living rooms with adjoining quarters. The living room were painted white and coffee, Aneesa's favorite color. Faisal had built her dream house, but their marriage was nothing to write home about. She observed the quiet house and wondered where Faisal was, probably in his study working. Shrugging, she entered the bedroom and started to take off her clothes. It had been a tiring evening. Intuitively, she rubbed her swollen neck and winced in pain. "Maybe I need to take some pain reliever," she whispered to herself. The light that had not been there previously greeted her. As she made her way to the kitchen, like a ghost, Faisal was standing at the kitchen door. Unconsciously, she let out a gasp and felt her muscle tighten. At the same time, her legs went weak, like they couldn't stand on their own. "I asked you not to go to that award ceremony. Kirena Noko?" He started, his voice filling the entire house, his tall frame filling the kitchen door. Unlike Aneesa, Faisal was dark and tall, with high cheekbones coupled with penetrating dark eyes. He was the true definition of Arab prince, except for now, he was more like a devil to her. "No, she tried to explain, but the words got stuck in her throat. Suddenly, she was blinded by the smirk that hit her face. "What is it, baby?" Dave asked as he came to join his wife in the bed. Petra was lying quietly, deep in thought. "Petra," he called again. She answered with a jerk. "I'm sorry, I was thinking." Petra sat up and faced her husband. He had just showered, his body still wet. "David, I'm worried about Aneesa." "I mean, did you observe her this evening? She is completely different. She's not the jovial, vibrant Aneesa I know anymore." "Well, I don't know. Maybe she might be pregnant and her hormones are playing tricks on her." Petra shook her head slightly. "I know what I'm saying. This is not pregnancy hormones. Beside, Aneesa is not pregnant. I would have known. Well, whatever you say, ma'am, you are the doctor. I don't want you to worry too much. We have to take care of our baby. Dave placed his hand on her baby bump. Petra smiled, but she felt something was amiss.